Good evening, people. This is Big Red Truck coming to you live. Oh, excuse me. Well, a guy get bored out here, and I haven't put no content out in a little while, so I figured a guy should get out here and maybe update some content. So we're gonna do that. So, notice the old comment section has been little thin, so I figured why not get some videos out here, get some conversation going. So what we're going to talk about today is Celadon. My best regards are out to these drivers in Celadon. Man, I feel very terrible about what happened to y'all. And if y'all are a Celadon driver, put in the comment section down below, and we'll try to help you out the best we can. A boy like myself will give y'all a ride if y'all need a ride, you know, especially if I'm in the area. If I'm a little bit out of the area, I don't know if I can help you out very much, but a guy will try to do what he can. So, Celadon, from what I've understood so far, is they closed their doors. They've shut down shop. I think they filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. If I'm wrong, be sure to put in the comment section down below, because a guy don't want to be wrong about these type of things, because it's a really touchy subject to talk about. But anywho, Celadon, according to my understanding, filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. All the lease drivers pretty much lost all their money in the process. Just let y'all know it's going to be a pain in the butt to get y'all's money. You may at the very end of it get like 5 or 10% of it, so I'm terribly sorry about that. But that's the gamble you play when you mess around with lease purchase. But anywho, company drivers who are probably stranded across the great 50 states, actually it'd probably be the continental 48, because I don't think y'all went across borders, but y'all might have, I don't know. If you do go across borders, put in the comment section down below, because I'm kind of curious myself. But anyhow, I was just curious, and I know Celadon pretty much just hung y'all out to dry, and I pray to the Lord Jesus heaven above that y'all got y'all's paychecks off them Comdata or EFS cards before it really went sour. So I hope that happened and people actually have money. But I'm gonna give y'all a couple little tippies, little tips here to get by if your company was to shut down. So here's a few tips that I could give y'all. Now, as y'all know, I'm not particularly an expert at this type of situation, because I've never been in a company that has shut down. But actions speak louder than words, and I figured why not give y'all some tips to better situate the situation. So here we go. Tip number one. Always, I can't stress this enough, always have a little bit of money set back just in case, because we all know that won't be a good situation if your company shuts down. So you want to have a backup plan, have some money to get home with. I personally would recommend $1,000. Now, that it can just, I could see people getting around with $300 or so, but I figure $1,000 would be a really good cushion to fall back on if your company was to shut down. Now, number two, this one's also very important. Make sure you have adequate food stored up, because you may be stranded on the side of the highway in that so-called truck. And the last thing I think anybody wants to be a part of is being out here and not having any food. And eating at the Wally Burger or Burger Shot or anything like that, I don't want to do any of those. I don't want to say any names, because they're copyrighted and probably trademarked, and you know, I don't feel like paying penalties. But just to let y'all know up in here, always have an adequate supply of food. I recommend canned food or things that don't spoil very fast, just in case. And if you're a smoker, have an adequate selection of cigarettes, because Big Red Truck is a smoker, and y'all know that. So have an adequate supply of cigarettes. Get you by with. Number 3. This one's also pretty important. Keep your minutes on the old telephone, because you never know when you might need to call your honey at home, or your honeys scattered across the 50 states. Because everybody knows that we have some of those guys out there that have 50 different girlfriends and one wife, or 50 different wives and one girlfriend. So have the old telephone set up, not just for that purpose, but for emergency situations as well. That's one reason why you pay that like 89 cents or whatever 911 fee with your phone service and stuff like that. So when your service does kick the bucket, you can still call emergency services just in case anything happens. Number 4. Bring some clothes with you, because nobody wants to scatter down the highway butt naked and let everybody show everything you got ahead of you and everything you got behind you. Because not all truck drivers particularly want to see that. And nobody wants you to hop into their nice, pretty truck, even though mine's pretty filthy. I don't know about pretty right now. It's pretty filthy because I just went through the friggin' Rockies, but in the snow. But anyhow, no one wants to kind of give you a hitchhiking ride if your clothes smell like Dingering Butthole and Taco John's. So that's just a helpful hint for a guy right there, because I guarantee no one really wants to experience that situation. Just to let y'all know that, and we all know that'd be a smarter idea to have some clean clothes, because I don't know if I'd really want you to come in my truck if you smell like burnt Taco John's and that stanky underwear. But that's just me. I mean, you know, some drivers, hell, I've even seen some drivers cut holes in their trucks and take a poop while going down the highway, but that's beside the point. So anyhow, number 5, and this is the final tip for y'all, so we can gather up this little video right here. Number 5 would be sorry, I'm watching this driver come up beside me right now. It looks like he's about to take up half the place. Number 5 is to have adequate source to showers and stuff like that on the way home. And that's not the only part of this. Be able to get a bus ticket. That's actually number 5. Whenever you do get stranded on the side of the highway, you don't really want to just leave your truck on the side of the highway. You want to find a safe place to park it. And I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'll just bring the truck home and put a mechanic's lien against it. That don't particularly work. That is actually illegal. And it's theft. And then I have a couple other people saying, oh, I'll just sell the parts off the truck. Well, that's illegal as well. That is called theft. Yeah, don't do that. That's horrible. That's a terrible idea. Oh, I'm just going to sell the tires and wheels and brakes and bumpers and everything else off the truck. Yeah. I also guess you also thought that you would have steady employment for the rest of your life at Celadon, right? Yeah. Now, so don't do that unless you want to be making license plates for the rest of your life, or sitting behind a cage like an animal. Just to give y'all a little happy piece of advice there. Now, and going on to the end of this video, once you Celadon drivers, stay safe. Put the comments down below. If you're a Celadon driver, my condolences are with you guys, and you guys know this. So stay tuned, because I'll have more content coming for y'all later. Anyhow, this is a Big Red Truck, and I will see you on the flip-flop. Yep.